Daniel chapter 9. The prophetic math. Jesus and the temple of the Dome of the Rock. Welcome to this episode of Jesus is Messiah. If you love this content, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. This way you will not miss the next episode. In this episode, we explore one of the most mathematically precise prophecies in Scripture. The 70 weeks of Daniel chapter 9, and how its timeline aligns perfectly with the appearance, death, and resurrection of Jesus, the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 AD, and the continuing drama through the past 2,000 years on the Temple Mount. At the beginning of our timeline, Daniel prays for Israel's restoration. God answers with a detailed prophecy through the angel Gabriel. 77s are decreed for your people and your holy city. A week here means 7 years. So the prophecy covers 70 times 7 years, 490 years in total. The clock starts with a royal decree to rebuild Jerusalem. Most historical chronologies point to the decree of Artaxerxes I, issued in 457 BCE, empowering Ezra and later Nehemiah to restore the city. From that decree to the arrival of the Anointed One, the Prince, Daniel predicts 69 weeks, 69 times 7 years, or 483 years. Counting 483 years forward, from 457 BCE lands us in the early 1st century AD, the very period when Jesus begins his public ministry. At this point, time's precision astonishes historians. The appearance of the Anointed One comes within the window Daniel named, before the temple's fall. Daniel then says that after the 62 weeks, the Anointed will be cut off. This phrase describes a violent death, but not for himself. Language Christians see fulfilled in the crucifixion. Halfway through the final week, sacrifice and offering would cease. The cross occurred roughly halfway through that last 7-year span, when the true sacrifice rendered all animal offerings theologically obsolete. By his one offering, Jesus accomplished what daily temple rituals only foreshadowed. Daniel continues, "After these things, the people of a coming prince shall destroy the city and the sanctuary." History records that exact outcome. In 70 AD, the Roman legions under Titus razed Jerusalem and the Second Temple. The city burned, the altar was torn down, and sacrifice literally ceased. The prophecy's sequence, Messiah cut off, covenant confirmed, city destroyed, played out step by step. From a theological standpoint, this marked the end of the Old Covenant's sacrificial age. Jesus had ushered in the New Covenant, one eternal offering for sin, fulfilling Daniel 9's goals, to finish transgression, make atonement for iniquity, and bring in everlasting righteousness. After the destruction, centuries passed. In the 7th century AD, during the early Islamic period, the Dome of the Rock was built on the ancient mountain platform once occupied by the temple. For many believers, its physical presence represents a continuing symbol of desolation, the sacred ground remaining without the worship system Daniel saw terminated, incapable of renewal because the true sacrifice has already come. In that sense, the structure unintentionally prolongs the prophecy's desolate condition, physically preventing renewed animal sacrifice, while also reminding the world that such offerings are no longer needed. For Christians, this is providential confirmation. God himself ended temple sacrifices because Jesus is the single final atonement. The presence of another shrine upon that foundation only underscores that humanity cannot rebuild its way back to redemption. Reconciliation was accomplished once for all on the cross. Daniel's 70 weeks therefore tell a unified story. From the decree to rebuild Jerusalem, to the appearance of the Messiah, to his sacrificial death, to the destruction of the temple, the math works, the sequence holds, and the meaning reverberates through history. The 70 weeks bring closure to the old system and open the everlasting covenant era we live in today. Even as the Dome of the Rock occupies the ancient Temple Mount, the real dwelling place of God is no longer limited to stone or altar. Through Christ, the promise of Daniel 9 is fulfilled. Atonement achieved, prophecy sealed, righteousness established. Thank you for listening. If this exploration of Daniel 9 helped you see the prophetic timeline more clearly, share it with someone searching for the intersection of prophecy, history, and redemption. Please also remember to like and subscribe to this channel so you won't miss the next episode of Jesus is Messiah.